an exciting day today, guys, because I get to show you this brand new 2024 Toyota Tacoma Trailhunter. This sits at the top of the lineup, right alongside with the Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro. For the first time ever, we have two top-of-the-line trims. Each of them serve a different purpose. This is a brand new one, so I'm excited to take in a complete tour of this vehicle. This is all thanks to Gettle Toyota of Punta Gorda in Charlotte County, Florida, and I'm going to take in a complete tour. We're going to check it out as far as the design, powertrain, suspension, capacities, and the test drive. So if you like watching videos like this, don't forget to check out the rest of my channel, hit that like and subscribe button, and now let's get back to this. Toyota Tacoma has been around for decades, and as soon as it came out, it quickly became the pickup truck of choice for people who like to do the outdoorsy stuff. Several reasons. I believe the main ones were the size of this vehicle, not too big, not too small. Of course, the off-road capabilities and the brand that stands behind it, and that's the reliability and the dependability of Toyota. Now, we've had several different trim levels. We had the more on-the-road oriented, more utility oriented, the off-road oriented, and now the term overlanding became very popular over the last few years. That's the type of travel where you take your vehicle on the multiple day trip off the beaten path, where you usually spend a lot of time in the vehicle, including camping in it. And it's all about the journey more than the destination. So a lot of people like that. And there's special type of rigs that is perfect for overlanding. Now, the TRD Pro is mostly designed to go fast over like the Baja terrain stuff. But this is designed to slowly crawl on the off-road trails, and it also has a very cool features that's going to help you on your overlanding adventure. Well, let's take a closer look and see what we have. As far as the exterior design, this is definitely my favorite design out of all the pickup trucks that we have on the road right now. This particular one, if you notice this, it has an air intake that's mounted high. This is not a snorkel. It's not sealed. It's not water tested. It is powered up by iForce Max. We're going to talk about this engine in just a little bit. The front end of this vehicle looks kind of like the TRD off-road. We still have this high mounted LED headlamps with the daytime running lights, turn signals underneath here. We have a lot of air that can pass through this front grille. Toyota spelled out in this bronze color. Underneath here we have the light bar, and underneath that we have the front view camera. Below you'll find a set of rigid fog lamps and the real deal, the skid plates underneath this vehicle. Now, it has about 11 inches of ground clearance, so good enough to take you over most of the obstacles, and several features that make it easier. But before we get to those, let's take a look and see what powers it up. And here it is. The Trailhunter is powered up by the more powerful engine. This is the 2.4-liter turbocharged four-cylinder engine with a hybrid system, 326 horsepower, 465 pound-feet of torque, made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission. We have the four-wheel drive on-demand system, and as far as the gas mileage, you get about 23 miles per gallon on average. Now, we're going to definitely test it out on the road. Not as much off the road, unfortunately, due to where we're at. Underneath the hood, you'll find some sound insulation and this ugly prop stick as well. And as we go around the corner, you can see that this vehicle sits a little bit higher at 11 inches ground clearance. That's because it has the off-road suspension that's quite different than what we see on the TRD Pro. This is the double cab with the long bed. Total length of this vehicle, 227 inches, so it's quite large. Let's take a look and see what we have as far as the suspension and the wheel and tire setup. This one sits on 18-inch bronze wheels. I love this design. We have the Goodyear Wrangler Territory RT tires, 265 by 70 is the size of it, of course, on 18-inch rim. And we have Trailhunter spelled out on the suspension itself. We have the Old Man Emu monotube shocks in the front, and we also have the reservoirs in the back. Now, this suspension is slightly softer than we see on the TRD Pro. It's meant for a different purpose. And I-Force Max right here on the side, Trailhunter at the bottom. Not sure if you can see that black on black. We also have some rock sliders at the bottom, something that most people would add to the vehicle anyways. As far as the rest of the design, the mirror caps in the same color as the rest of the vehicle. We have the side view camera, turn signal, blind spot assist. We have the black surroundings of it. Still have the keyhole. Does it have the remote entry system? I have the key somewhere on me, which is the new Toyota key, basically lock on, lock, hold for the gate and hold for the panic button, but it doesn't seem like it has the remote entry system. We have the utility rack up on top, so you can put your luggage on top, and utility bar inside of the bed itself. That's made by ARB. So you can see we have some illumination on the outside. Here's that reservoirs in back. I'm not sure if you can see that. No, probably not. It's blocking by the wheel itself. But anyways, this is a 6-foot bed. This is the longer bed option that we have. Let's move over to the back, see what's going on in here. And here we'll find the ARB bumper in the back. Of course, that's factory mounted. You still have the parking sensor. We have the red recovery hooks. The full-size spare tire is underneath, as you can see behind the tow hitch. This vehicle can tow up to 6,000 pounds. And we have your hookups for the 4 and 7 pin connector. As far as your trailer Tacoma is embossed in the gate itself. We have the illumination. We have the rear view camera. You can open this gate several different ways, kind of like we've seen on the Tundra. One of them is in this LED light. Push the button. It is a power opening for the gate. And let's see what else we have as far as the bed Tacoma. Inside of the bed, that's spelled out. Now this is that composite bed, and as you can see, the window up on top opens up. We also have another camera there and some illumination. An extra 2 lights, one on each side. As far as the bed illumination, we also have the 240 watt outlet and an additional storage compartment down here at the bottom. Now what's here? Some tools, I believe. Let's see, I didn't open this up, but yeah, we have some extension cable, and this is integrated air compressor. Oh, that's interesting. Where do you hook this up? Right here. Here's the compressor, and here's the outlet of it. So you can fill up your floaties, if you will, or anything that you need to, or put the air in your tires through the vehicle. Now you also have the sound system inside the back here, so really nice, especially if you are taking it overlanding. You're gonna use all kinds of stuff. So that's what's going on inside of this bed. Let's close this off. Take another quick look at this beautiful build. Now there is an advantage of buying versus building, and that is, of course, everything that you see here is covered under the factory warranty, something that you can't say for stuff that you're going to put on the vehicle, you know, yourself. Let's see what's going on in the back on the interior. So open this up. Starting with this rear door panel, we have a combination. This is hard plastic. This is soft as far as your armrest. I like this trim. Kind of looks like it's carved out of granite. Bit more storage at the bottom, and here are the seats. They're covered in this Softex, which is basically a Toyota man-made leather, gray in color with some orange stitching on the side, looking really sharp. Now this is the window that opens up, and right here underneath the seats, that's where that batteries are. So you can't open the bottom of the seats. However, you can open the seat backs for just a little bit of extra storage. That's also where you have this big JBL speaker. This might be a subwoofer. Up on top, you have illumination. And inside of this middle console, you have another 120-volt outlet, 2 USB Type-C ports, and a decent size cup holders. On the passenger side, you'll find the seat back storage in the back of the seats. You have grab handles to help you get in, as it is a taller vehicle. And part of the Trailhunter package, also the all-season mats. Now, this is not singling out Toyota, but all of the this size pickup trucks. Look at the space in the back. There's virtually none. Let me jump inside. I'll show you what I mean. The door opening is quite narrow. And as I get inside of here, me being 5'11", I have plenty of headroom, plenty of shoulder room, but no knee room at all. And this front seat is adjusted to my regular driving position. I guess if you are traveling with your partner and maybe kids in the back, there's going to be plenty of room. So depending on what you need this vehicle for, just keep that in mind. If you are planning to take your adult friends with you on the road trip, they might not be very comfortable. Of course, before we get inside, let's listen to the sound of the closing door. Okay. Not bad at all. We're going to do it one more time from the inside, but let's check it out. This is a lot more interesting in the back. Now we have some soft touch materials all over the place. So Toyota definitely favors the driver and passenger in the front. And we have this gray, we have black, we have Trailhunter spelled out in here. We have more storage up on top and at the bottom. Big JBL logo on the speaker, window, mirror, lock controls. And here is the power seat controls right on the side here. Look at the seat itself. I like the sculpture of it. I like that that's perforated in the middle, solid on the side. They're heated and ventilated seats on the left hand side of the steering wheel. Tons of buttons in here. All right, so you have adjustments for the lights angle. If you are having a heavy load in the bed, definitely the vehicle is going to go like this, so the lights are going to be up in the sky. So you need to adjust that. You have the dimmer. You have the gas tank opening. You can open your gate, enable that 120-volt outlet, turn off your traction control. Here's your automatic lights. You can assign those auxiliary switches to different accessories that you can install on the vehicle. Here's your light controls, light bar and fog lights. Now, the light bar can only be on when the brights are on. So you can't have it like I turn the lights on, put the brights on, all right, and now I can turn on the light bar. Otherwise, it cannot be turned on. Okay, you can turn on the fog lights, however. So let's check out the interior of this 2024 Toyota Tacoma. This is the Trailhunter trim, of course. It's very unique. Each trim has a specific flavor, including this one, starting on the right-hand side. Right here, black with like that yellow underlining here, and this looks like it's cut out of stone. Okay, so that's very unique to the Trailhunter trim. As far as the top of this is hard plastic. We have the JBL speaker on the side, big 14-inch screen. But let's move on to the steering wheel. Start over here. I like how thick this steering wheel is. It really feels solid too. It's thicker in the right places. It has this golf ball texture and some stitching on the inside. Really thick as far as the bottom of it. So if you like thick bottoms, this might be a good vehicle for you. And then you have the Toyota logo on the left hand side. Let's see what this is. This controls what's going on in the instrument cluster. We can change the different designs of it. You also have the back button and then the volume control. You have the voice control, phone control. On the right hand side, you have the cruise control, adaptive cruise control, different modes, and that of course as far as your stereo and your seek and track buttons. Behind it, regular stocks for the lights and for the wipers, as well as the turn signals. And here's your fully digital instrument cluster. Let's see what can be customized here. So you can definitely change, like you see, you can change the different settings. Adaptive cruise control in 1. So this is screen 1, 2, or 3. So let's customize it. I'm gonna hold OK to change settings. And now you can see the driving support, settings, message, blank. I'm gonna leave it at driving support here. Now I go to the screen number 1. We have the turbo gauge, but we can do it blank, auxiliary gauges, trailer brake, traction motor, audio, navigation, and blank. And we can do the same thing for gauge number 2. And there's several options here. So you have your trip meter, fuel economy, driving support, navigation, audio, drive info, trip A, trip B, tire pressure. We have pitch and roll. We also have that trailer mode, BSM, engine, tune, oil temperature, and then we have the electric boost gauge blank. Now I have it set up on the right hand side with the pitch and roll. And then let's move on to this 14.1 inch infotainment system. Let's start it up. This system we've seen on other Toyota models. Cancel that. Yes, I want to cancel it, and let's go. Okay, so here's how it looks like. We have the cloud-based navigation system. This is standard on all of the Toyota models, but you have to pay for the subscription. As far as the audio sources, FM, AM, Sirius XM, and then you can also stream it from your device, from your phone. You can connect it to your phone. Wireless, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, those are standard equipment on it. And then we have several different settings, vehicle settings and personalized settings. So as you can see, several different options that are available. Customize lights, door, climate, utility. Go back to settings, and let's move back out of this screen. And there you go. Let's move to the rear view camera, because that's important, right? Let's check it out. Put it in the reverse, and there you go. Reverse, we have the rear view camera. This is your standard rear view camera. I love how it takes up this entire screen. So on the big screen, you have the main camera on the right hand side. You have the top down view. Several different views, of course, are available for you. So we have this front view. You can see the vehicle from the front. You also have you can spin it around if you want it. The front view camera. I'm underneath this tent here at the dealership. Rear view camera. The side view cameras to the front, to the back. Okay, you have the bad camera. Mentioned that there is one. I showed you that as well. This is locked. And then we have the auto camera. We have the trail cam. Okay, we can enable that too. Here, pitch and roll in here. And basically, I believe what this does is as you move forward, you can be able to see what's underneath the vehicle. Let me see if we can control. And actually, I'm in reverse, so let's put it in forward. And you see your tire tracks. This is where you're aiming at, okay? I'm going to move it. This is where it's going to go. But we're going to move a little bit forward. I don't see this transparent hood camera on here. So that's where it's going to be. No, but it shows you exactly which part you might hit with. All right, so definitely very specific to what you're doing. So if you're doing a lot of off-roading, this can be really helpful. Now, of course, otherwise you're going to have a spotter that's going to tell you where to go. You probably still should have one just in case. But that's your rear view camera. So very nice as far as that. You have this big volume and power knob. A very powerful vents. I gotta tell you, this very hot outside. I just got in this vehicle and cooling off really nicely. Heated steering wheel. You have the heated and ventilated seats. These are your buttons, of course, the hard buttons for climate control. Dual zone climate control. You have a separate for driver and passenger. Wireless charging pad right here on the side. I'll move this camera over here. You have 2 USB Type-C ports. These are 45-watt ports, so for fast charging. And then you have the 12-volt power outlet, grab handle for the passenger. And then I like the shifter, very masculine looking shifter. Okay, electronic parking brake, auto hold, brake hold. Now you have the 4 low, 4 high, and 2 high. Right now we're in 2 high on that because this is a on-demand 4-wheel drive system. Now we have different modes: multi-terrain, crawl assist. Then we have the drive mode. So depending on what you want to do with this. Okay, so how to switch it? You push this button to the side in order to switch it from 2-wheel drive to 4-wheel drive. Okay, I'm going to leave it in 2-wheel drive. We don't need the 4-wheel drive. If you want to drive modes, You push this, and then we're going to switch the different drive modes and see what we have as far as that. We have sport, normal, and eco mode. And then I can also select the tow and whole feature in here. Now it's putting me in the 4 high. It's telling me that I need to be in 4 high. And now we have the MTS unavailable. I believe I have to be in 4 high. Let's see. That's going to make a difference. Or 4 low. MTS unavailable right now. Now I'm pretty sure I'm not doing something, but again, if you know how to get to it, maybe you can explain that. All right, so crawl control. And here's another thing. I didn't show you this, but right now my foot is on the brake. So you can see the brake lights at the bottom. When I release it, they disappear. Put it on brake, there you go. So your brake lights are on. So you know when you're braking and your brake lights are on. So now we have this trailer backup guide. The trailer is not connected right now. This is your camera settings. We have the locking rear diff. Now, I believe the Ford Ranger and Chevy Silverado have the front lock on the differentials too. And we have the stabilization bar and disconnect. I don't know if it's fully disconnecting, but I could be wrong. Anyways, so big cup holders, bit more storage in the back, and moving up to the top, we have this electronic mirror, basically the video camera in the mirror. Really nice feature. Home link system with the ability to hook up 3 different devices to it. Oh, one other thing, I showed you that on other Tacomas. This one, of course, has this removable JBL speaker that you can take with you. We'll leave it in the Toyota. And no sunroof. Okay. We have illuminated mirrors. Tons of headroom as far as the driver is concerned. Of course, we have the glove box on the side. Well, that completes the interior portion of this review. We need to talk about pricing before we take it for a spin. Let's focus on the Trailhunter on it. This vehicle has a starting MSRP of $63,400. The few options that were added on it at the Southeast Distribution Center, so that's not even from the factory, but that would be the rack, that would be the spray-on bed liner on top of the composite bed liner, and we also have the Toyoguard Platinum, which is several services that are offered, and that's pretty much it. Everything else, comes standard on this vehicle, so it's very well equipped. $63,400 might seem like a lot of money, but if you look in terms of, hey, what is it comparing to? If you look at the Ford Ranger or Chevy Colorado, we're talking at the off-road vehicles like the ZR2 or the AT4X. As far as the Canyon, you're going to be in the same price range. Some of them are going to be more. Now, of course, all of them are going to have, a little bit better or a little bit worse sides of it. I've reviewed the Colorado and I've reviewed the AT4X. I haven't done the Ranger. That's the most powerful one as far as the horsepower, at 405 horsepower, I think. So that tops it at the horsepower. However, 465 though, so this one has more torque than the Ranger. And we have the 2.7 liter engines on the Colorado and the AT4X, which are about 310 horsepower. So these ones are a little bit less powerful. But anyways, to each their own. You can definitely check them out, and if that's what you're looking for. But let's talk about it a little bit and see why it's a good idea to buy it rather than build it. If you are planning on building a vehicle, you need to spend some money on it, and you need to find a good installer that can put it together for you. There are plenty of them. They're not cheap. And the equipment, the parts are not cheap as well. If you're looking at the wheels and tires, we're probably talking about $3,000. What are you going to do with the old ones? You might be lucky and sell them, but it's not as easy because there's tons of people doing the same thing. So that draws the price down. If you're looking at the suspension, the Old Man Emo makes a great suspension. They're not cheap though. I don't know. I didn't look up exactly what this suspension is, but I'm thinking in terms of suspension, maybe about $2,500 or so. Now we have that bar in the back. That's probably another $1,000. That's just in parts. I'm not talking labor. The light bar, the skid plates, the badging inside of here, that's something you can't really put a price on it because you'd have to really go deeply custom in order to get that. However, if you spend $10,000 and you buy the base vehicle with this engine options 46, you're going to be at $56,000. You're probably going to have a hard time finding somebody to put it all together for the additional $6,000, and that's basically what that's coming up to. So also the big advantages, it's of course covered under the full factory warranty, so that's something to consider as well. Let's take this for a spin. I like the way this vehicle drives and it handles. Even on this road right here, you can definitely feel the suspension feels different. Let's make a quick circle around here. Yeah, you feel the size of this vehicle, 227 inches. And yeah, it's an off-road vehicle. Acceleration, I like it. Yes, even the sound of this engine is good. And I've reviewed several different Tacomas already on this channel. I think that the iForce Max definitely, if I'm depending on which model I would choose, the iForce Max would be a must. I think that the engine is so much better than the base engine option in the Tacoma. Not only more powerful, it just feels better, it sounds better too. We'll take it on the road and see how this vehicle handles. Their overall feel solid. Okay, that's one thing that comes to mind. It's a solid design, big windshield, good size mirrors. We have the visibility. As far as the back visibility, well, you know, that's typical to the pickup truck, so I mean I can't really say much about it, but let's see if we can take it right here on this gravel road, and obviously within the reason. See how this vehicle handles, let's say, this terrain over here. All right. You can see it's a pretty steep angle that I'm going at. No issues. And this is in two-wheel drive. I didn't even put it in the four-wheel drive. Well, this is more of a Baja terrain, kind of the gravel. This would be more suited for the TRD Pro, that you can go fast over this type of terrain. This Trailhunter, the suspension is more geared towards slow crawling on the off-road trails. I'd love to have the opportunity maybe at one point to take one out and check it out. And that's why I need your help, guys. I'd love for you to help me grow this channel so I can have access to the vehicles from the manufacturers that allow you to take it for a week and really test it out, not only in the dealer's parking lot, and not only the vehicles that are for sale, and that's why I have to be respectful, don't beat on them, but also the vehicles that already are broken in, and then basically their purpose is to be tested by the press, by the media, by reviewers, but I need to be a lot bigger than I am right now, and that's why I need your help, guys. So if you could check out the rest of my channel, I hope you find something that you like. Hit that like and subscribe button, and now let's take it on the road. So before you rush to the dealership and want to buy the Trailhunter just because it looks cool, you might want to ask yourself, what do you really need this pickup truck for? Because Toyota gives you so many options as far as different trim levels that this might not be the best solution for you. If you are an outdoorsy person and you like doing the hiking, biking, camping, overlanding, that type of stuff, I think this is a great option. However, if you're just an occasional user that you want to take it to the campsite, there might be some less expensive options available. Now, as far as the on-the-road driving, I mean, it feels good. I have a little bit of a noise. I'm not sure is that because of this top air intake. Now, I noticed I didn't say snorkel because it's not water sealed. It's not water tested. It's basically, if you are going in the dusty terrain, it helps you to get the cleaner air from the top versus getting it at the bottom there. But I believe that adds to that noise here a little bit. At least that's what I hear on this particular one. So just keep that in mind as well. Overall, as far as the drive, no complaints. You have this great view on the road ahead of you. You sit up higher, so that's definitely a huge plus. If you like trucks, you'll love the way that it feels. It still have this truck feel, but it's more comfortable, if that makes in a sense. We're going to do a quick acceleration test, even though this is not the most important thing about this vehicle. But there's nobody behind me. This is a wide road. I'm actually going to stop right here, and we'll see what it can do. I'm at 0, and let's go. Like that. Here it is, guys. We're at 60 miles per hour. I'm really pleasantly surprised by that noise that it makes. It's really sounds bigger than this engine is. Of course, we're talking about the 2.4 liter turbo engine that really sounds more like a 6-cylinder than the 4-cylinder, which is, a great thing. With that said, I kind of wish that Toyota left the option of a 6-cylinder, at least based on the comments that I've gotten on my previous Tacoma videos. I know that a lot of you would like to see the same thing. However, I got to tell you, I haven't tested it for a long time, but for the short drives that I've done in these Toyotas, and I've done the regular one. I had it for a week from the rental car company, but the iForce Max feels powerful enough. It feels fun. It's a great truck. Well, let me know what you think about it, and especially this trim level, the Trailhunter, which was one of my favorite trims. Now I'm waiting for the TRD Pro so I can kind of compare it. Is this the best overlanding truck on the market? Let me know. I'd love to hear your comments. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you learned something from this video, and if you liked it, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for supporting this channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.